Welcome to my channel, Fugu with John. Today we're going to winterize my camper. I got my compressor already out. I leveled the camper, wheel chocks are in. I'll show you when to get under there. The last time I used the camper, I disconnected the hose coming out of the freshwater tank. So as I'm driving and the camper's doing all this, there's zero water in there. Now normally when you try to drain it, there's always water left in there. But if you leave the drain open while you drive at home from your last trip, it's all gone. So anyway, there's zero water left. I also left the drain out of the hot water tank. Anyway, let me get my stuff. In my camper, I always leave one bag with all my different things. Like this is for putting air through the system. I just took an M air chuck and I soldered it in where a hose would go. So that's one piece. I've been using it for a few years. It works good. Okay, so hot water tank is here. The drain's way over here, but I've already taken that out after my last trip. So this here piece goes in here. Before I hook up the air, I got to do some stuff inside the camper. So we're going to go inside the camper. I want to bypass the hot water tank because I don't want to shove all the water that's in the lines into my tank. I want to bypass it first. So we'll go inside. I have to get in here. The cushions are already up over here. I have to get over there. So I'm going to have to take the cushions out and make room here. I'll take the table outside. So I'm going to get this ready. Yeah. Okay, so to make life easier, all the cushions are out, all the wood's out, so I can see everything. Okay, so if you look down here, this is where the air is going to come in. Normally that's where your city water would come in. So right now, that's where I'm going to put air in. And right now this is blocked off, so water is going to circulate through the hot water tank. I don't want that to happen when I get rid of my water. So I'm going to open the bypass. Well, first of all, I'm going to shut off the cold and the hot going into the hot water tank, so there's no water in there, and I'm going to open the bypass so I can flush both lines. My pump's on this side, my water pump's over here. So right now it's off, and I put if you look down, I put an extra long hose on it so I can do this repair. Or not repair, I can do this winterization. So I just unhook it here and shove that into my coolant. Okay, so let's go outside and get the air done. So I'm screwed in here. Now I'm going to put my air. Compressor's on, set at 60. 60 should be fine. And this is bypassed. Okay, so now it's just basically air going in there. Compressor's on. We go inside and we'll start opening stuff up. So let's go inside. I always start with the kitchen sink. Get a hot line first. Cold side. Cold and hot. Let the compressor build up. It's a small compressor. Now we'll do the shower. Or the hot, I forget which one's what. And we'll get the toilet at the same time, and then I'll just leave this run a little longer. I'm going to go and just do this a few more times, open up a couple more times going around, and then I'm going to get the turn the compressor off and just get the low points. The two low points of the drains. We'll take the plugs out, let the rest of the water, which is down here, it's under the camper, let that drain. Put a bit of air, and then we'll start running antifreeze. So we'll be back after I do what you just saw a couple more times. Okay, so I'm just going to open the, make sure that these lines are empty. You can hear there was water in that one. Okay, compressor's still running. We're going to disconnect this. And I'm going to take the two low point drains out. I'm going to just release any pressure that may be left in there before I take those bottom lines out. So we leave those on, leave these on, and I'll leave the toilet one on. That way I'm just allowing anything that's going to come out of the low point drains, to drain back. And I'm just going to shove this down the toilet and make sure that valve's open also. Okay, so here's my 2 low points. So I'll take those out. I loosen them off. I can take them off by hand. Okay, but I'll show you the tank while I'm under here. It's like any typical camper, extremely poorly built. These are the tanks that sort of bow way down to here, and you can't even drive with them full. They're kind of useless. So what I did was I added steel braces going this way across into one of the side frames. This is just a piece of plywood, but on the plywood is tung oil, about 4 coats on either side, and that's never going to rot. So anyway, I took a piece of unistrut and I welded a piece of angle on it, and I bolted it up here because that was too far of a distance, so that holds it up. They also bolt up here. Anyway, I shouldn't have to do that. It's just that they make all campers really, really poorly. So it's just an example, but this tank is getting old now, and it's probably going to have to be replaced soon. But it has nothing to do with that. It's just the idea that if you don't do this, they almost hit the ground. You can't even travel with a gallon of water in them. Anyway, but when I travel, I always take this off, so anything that's left in the bottom of the tank will swoosh around and come out, and I'll get some antifreeze in this and put it back up or completely take it off. Not much in there anyway. I'm just going to add some air, and I'm going to put these back in, and I'm going to start with the antifreeze. Okay, now we're going to go with the antifreeze. Here's the antifreeze. Plumber's antifreeze. RVs, whatever. So it was on sale. So that's why I just got a, what was it? 5/8. And I just use a crescent wrench. Which is right there. Crescent wrench. Crescent. Anyway, adjustable. So this line goes into the pump, so I'll shove that into here. And the other line goes down to the tank. Okay, it's in the tank, and then we'll go turn the pump on. I already turned the battery on, I just turned the pump on. It's going to run quite a bit because the entire system has air, so I have to just go around and open everything and fill it back up. I'll make sure my bypass is on my tank. If not, all my antifreeze is going to go out here. So that's off, in the bypass, so it's going to come in and bypass. Okay, we're good. I'll run it a bit more than that. I'm just trying to fill up the system. Oh, turned off already. And then you get the toilet going. Again, my hand. I need to wash my hand a bit. Bypass it. Open this first. Off, bypass. Okay, we're good. And this line was already flushed out. So I'm going to run this enough to fill up the P-traps with antifreeze. Yeah, I mean, I see some people pour it in, but I may as well run it through this. Okay, that P-trap will be full. I'll do the same thing with the shower. I had a leak up here. Yeah, we'll put that back up here. Then we'll get the toilet one more time. We take this off and make sure you put your stopper back in. This is aluminum tank, so there's no anoid in there. It's just a plug like this, which makes it easier. Even though I took that off, the hot water tank still holds a lot of water. So in order to take it out, there's different ways of doing it. You can do it this way by putting a hose in there and sucking on it and drain it out, or take your air hose and put it on here to have a Venturi effect to also start to siphon. Anyway, it depends on what you want to do. Like say, or put your mouth in there and suck it out. Anyway, plenty of ways to get the water that's in that hot water tank out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a vacuum and start it, and I'm going to pull it off, and hopefully I get it to siphon out. And over here is where my drain is. I'll show you where it is in a second. So it's in there. So if you come back here, you'll see where I started. I'm just going to hopefully get the siphon action working. Once I get that working, I'll take it off here. And then I'll try to take as much water as I can out of the hot water tank. I just want to show you, the reason why I'm putting them in the bucket, I just want to show you how much actually goes in there, or how much is left in the tank. Okay, so anyway, that's what was left after actually about an hour and about 2 hour drive back with the plug out. There was still that much water left. There was a bit of antifreeze in there. It's because I did flush it and I ran through the last two lines, make sure there was antifreeze in it, but not much went into the tank. That was mostly water. It just sits there. It could have sat there all winter, but I tend to like to suck it out. Anyway, instead of putting that back in, because inside the tank will be wet, and you put the plug back in, it could possibly moisture in there, end up with there's going to be some warmer weather before the cold weather gets here, and in the spring I may not get to it right away, so I may end up with mold inside my tank. So I'm going to leave it out so it airs out. With the cover on, chances are nothing's going to get in. The screen's pretty small here, and it's sealed pretty good. But what I normally do when I open the camper in the spring is I'll put the city water in here, and I'll flush everything, and I'll leave this plug out, and I'll flush quite a bit of water in the tank and leave it run for a while. It all drains down, cleans it out, and then I'll turn the water off, put the plug in, then I'll fill it up. Anyway, so I'm just gonna leave that plug here and keep it like that for now. Many ways of doing it. I like doing this. I like using this. Why? Because I have it. I'll put a link to anything I use in the description. Okay. Hook this back up. That's tight. And I'm going to take a bit of this and I'm going to put it onto, I'll show you underneath. The way the setup is, if you get any water in that little, I'll show you outside. That has water in it. So when that freezes, it's got an elbow here and it goes back up. So water's going to sit here and that's going to freeze and crack these. So there's two ways of doing it. You can take it off and leave it off and plug the two ends up in your tank, or throw some antifreeze in there. So I'm just going to top this off with antifreeze and put it back loose so no bugs can get in there. Okay, no water, just antifreeze now. And we'll put that back up. Okay, I'll leave it like say, just enough so bugs can't get in it. But there's antifreeze in there. And I'll leave it loose because I'm going to take it off and get rid of the antifreeze before I put water into the tank. Okay, that's all I got left to do is just wipe up all the stuff that's built on the shower around the sink. To finish it off, I take the battery out. I'll put the battery in the garage because I use that on my diesel heater in the garage in the winter time. So there's no battery in it. I did take the lithium batteries out. They're also in the house. And I put the cover on. That's my winterization of my camper. It's going to sit here all winter. Anyway, if you like the video, appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye for now.